It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Chicago Bulls. Our opening tip won by the Thunder as we get started in OKC. Paul. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder.
Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe it's 8 straight Finals wins. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Lauri Markkanen, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now Paul with the basketball. They trail by 2. To Gilgeous-Alexander. To Paul. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Paul, his first effort off the mark. Done to Markkanen. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw is good. Gets the 3-point play. It's quickly 5-0. Paul across the timeline. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. To Adams. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. The drive right to the basket. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Bulls with the basketball. Done to Wendell Carter. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Paul into the front court. Right now, down 7. Gilgeous-Alexander. To Adams. Shot clock winding down. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Markkanen. Porter. To Zach LaVine. Here comes the screen. LaVine. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Otto Porter. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Misses the first. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. To Markkanen. To Chris Dunn. To Levine. Finish that. Gilgeous-Alexander. He throws it down.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Markkanen. Cleans it up. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
To Adams. Short jumper won't go down.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
First quarter is complete with the Bulls in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. It's Chicago ball to Zach Levine.
Watch the cutter, man.
Screen coming. The rebound belongs to Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Dunn to Levine. Has a chance. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free?
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
To Chris Dunn. Here comes the screen. Levine to Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
To Paul. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. And the rebound comes down to the Thunder. Paul with it up top, trailing by 10 to Gilgeous-Alexander. drive to the basket, but the shot won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Dunn to Porter. The rebound comes down to Paul. Oklahoma City's got it to Gilgeous-Alexander. And finishes strong.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
To Markkanen. Dunn. Levine to Wendell Carter and finishes strong.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Paul. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Short jumper won't fall.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Paul's shot won't go down. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. It has been all Bulls.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Bulls were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Chicago Bulls. The Thunder may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Chicago Bulls are putting in the kind of effort that doesn't always show up in our top plays, but it can't be said enough how important it is to take control of the boards. That's exactly what this squad has done in this matchup.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
Chris Paul just can't seem to get it going. Newsflash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Dunn to Markkanen. Dunn to Porter. from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Levine to Wendell Carter. Off the assist.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Levine. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Laurie Markkinen sends it away. Oh, the hustle keeps the ball in play. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Paul into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Markkinen to Zach Levine. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
One of the best kept secrets in the game, utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air, crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
To Markkinen. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. To Paul. Deep two there, won't go. Dunn to Levine. Whoa, what a finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Paul. Fires the three, and Chris Paul, veteran move, well defended, still buries the three.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Dunn to Porter. Here comes the screen. Goes to the right side. Dunn to Wendell Carter. From the painted area, won't go down. Going to launch beyond the arc. Crazy shot that time. No good. Has a look. Dunn shot that misses. Long heave from three-quarters court, three-quarters down. The Bulls have the lead. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Chance for Paul. It's no good. Great defense.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Levine to Markkinen. Here comes the screen. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Porter. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Now Paul with the basketball. His guys down 11.
Send him down, ice, ice.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4 to Gilgeous-Alexander. 4-3. The rookie, Gilgeous-Alexander, with the 3.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
To Markkanen. Deep left corner. Levine to Porter. 5 seconds to shoot. Has a chance. And that's rebounded by the Thunder. Here comes the screen. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, okay. I don't see any more phantom screens like I did in the first half. I actually see people being hit, which opens up three-point shooters to operate off those screens. It's all coming together.
Can't connect.
And the tenacity of this game has been set from the jump ball. When guys lined up for it, I mean, you saw the bump and the pushing, the shoving going on. Guys weren't giving up that space. They let him know nothing was going to be easy this evening.
Nothing going here on that drive. Levine to Chris Dunn.
1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Adams. Probing the defense. Gets it in the left corner. Paul. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice finish at the rim.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Great dish to set it up. Turns and slams it down. Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more.
Tickets for the next home game are still available at the box office.
Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from in close, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
First free throw is good. And he makes them both.
Coming right back to you. I'm here. I got ball.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, the Bulls take this one as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bulls got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. The Thunder didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either.
And it's always going to be a challenge to win in this league. If you can't find one guy to get you at least 10 points, they were unable to do that.
Game track. Points in the paint.
The Oklahoma City Thunder lost this game on the scoreboard, obviously, but they really lost this game by not being physical enough. Again and again, they allowed the ball to get inside, and once it was there, it was getting scored. A lot. Overall, they struggled the most with it in the first half.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.